Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to some more Betrayal in Antara. Woo! Where we are digging up floor cash and floor rations. You might say we are flourishing already in this stream. You might, but it would probably be a misdemeanor if you did, so don't. I'm not going to. Well, I'm not going to type either. Apparently. Goodness gracious. Well, as you can see from the map, we are still right here next to Elona, where we were last time when we just found that cool bead chest in the tree. There's not a whole lot here in the immediate realm. Oops.
Listen. I thought I heard pebbles falling, like someone missed his footing.
Or so it seems at first glance, but thankfully our boys know better. Excellent. Ooh, great. We love terrains. Perfect. Okay, well, that just gives us a chance to try out some more of these new spells, perhaps. I'm gonna go ahead and we will do that. Pop this on William. Right, straight out of the gate. I mean, you might as well. We're not here to have fun, we're here to get the crap beaten out of us. This is Betrayal in Antara. Ooh. So I'm gonna rest with him. Oof. Not great. Man, we need that haste spell. We haven't learned Quicksilver yet, and I'm thinking probably it's gonna have to do with, where's the spell that I want? Oh, there we go. Unseeing Eye. It's probably gonna have to do with, the movement magic school. Once we get enough points in that, I'm betting. And, you know what? Let's go ahead and do an Essence of the Wind, because he needs turns. We don't want these guys to gank us. I do too. Like, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, I also hate that this is obviously someone grunting into a microphone in a sound booth. Oh, and by the way, if I sound a little rough, it is because my throat is still on the outs. If you've been here streaming with us previously, you may have heard me complain that my voice has been going in and out a little bit over the last couple weeks, and last night I had about an hour and a half randomly where I could barely squeak, so I'm trying to save it. Especially considering that there's like so many ups and downs in pitch and things like that if we run into encounters or conversations with multiple characters here in Antara. Surprisingly, I was fine on Thursday when we started our Disciples Sacred Land series. That was a lot of fun, and if you couldn't make it, I definitely encourage you to come back on Thursdays at 7 p.m. for that series, because it's turn-based strategy, and you would think that it would move fairly slow. But actually, it's a load of fun. Cult classic. Do recommend. Ooh. Oh boy, we're gonna have to go down in there, aren't we? Yeah, because we still need to go to Burlen, but don't want to pass this up. Yeah, a little bit. I think this first passage is a dead end, though. A dead end, but not an empty end without reward. I'm sorry. This doesn't seem like a good place to dig. That's strange. This must be quest-based or something. I think that's the first time we've run into that. Huh. Well, we'll have to come back here then. Doesn't look like a good place to dig. There have been a couple of unusual dig spots, like the one that we found in our last stream, where we had to dig up that red key. Yeah, generally they have. That's kind of what I was thinking. Usually that's a pretty good indicator. So I wouldn't think that that would be what it is, but who knows? This game's still throwing new stuff at us, that's for sure. Oh, oh. Mazliths. It's potato time. Now, I don't think that we're going to need an Essence of the Wind for this, hopefully. Woo! Mashed potato. These things have gotten stronger, but I hate to jinx this, but I haven't seen them spit poison at us in quite a while. It's kind of odd. It's almost like the trade-off in an increase in strength is that they lost that attack or something. And I know surely that's not the case. They can still do it, just for some reason the AI isn't. And I almost wonder if it's because they've gotten strong enough that now their bite attack deals more damage than the poison or something. So, like, their programming is defaulting to preferring it. Not sure. Oh, I forgot to repair his sword, darn it. I'll do it this time. So we don't mind that one getting away. They don't carry treasure anyway. At least as far as we know. There was that one batch way back at the beginning when we fought some Carliths, I think. And for some reason they were carrying, like, golden rations. And then since then, the animal-type enemies have not had anything. And I feel like it's basically just to... Like, that one time was to screw with me and make me paranoid. So that now I have to wonder forever whether they are having... Like, whether they do have treasure. Excellent. Oh, good. Getting closer. His water is still 69. Nice. Things are getting up there. Yeah, nothing, as expected. Okay. Well, no harm done for now. We got skill increases out of it. And since there are no experience points in this game, skill increases are the real treasure. Now, what's going to be down this way, though? I am fascinated to see where this is leading. Is that a tree or a cave mouth? Okay, that is a tree. Thank goodness, because I was like, oh, that's the last thing that we need. More branching paths. Cautiously, cautiously. Okay, well, if it's nighttime... Oh! Potential enemies lurking so closely. Camping is not wise. Can we camp here? Yes, okay. We're gonna have to buy food when we get to Burlen. More Mazliths up there, I think. Let's find out. Nope. Nope, it's a bush. Must be something on the other side of the wall. Like on the inside of the spiral, perhaps. Where is this going, for real? Hello? Yes, please surprise the enemy. Yes, excellent, good. Well, we know what we're going to do here. We got to start with a good old lightning storm. And we are going to use an Essence of the Wind here. Let's go ahead and hit the dude that's been struck by lightning already. He's only got 3 send water. I'm going to go ahead and drink them. I'm going to rest. Gotta keep that stamina up. Oh, oh no. Ooh, we don't like that. We dislike that even more. Oh no. Okay. Well... Let's head over this way, Aaron. Okay. Not optimal, but better than Aaron getting hit. Oof. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. Big oof. Big oof. Alright, well... Darn it. Let's see how this goes. Very bad. I'm wondering how many of the rest of them have a bow. If it's just that guy, then, like, at least we know. Oh, the spell keeps going. I figured it would end. Okay, we want Aaron to survive, so I'm going to refight this. I'm just going to let them take William out if he goes down. Which seems likely, because that archer is doing pretty well for himself. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he's going to run too. Gross. Oh, man, it seems like this always happens. You run into a big fight like this, and when they're trouncing you, they're fine with it, of course, but then, you know, as soon as you start not even winning, really, but just failing to die as quickly, they turn chicken shit. Oh, well, there's some food for us anyway. Oh, and that'll replace that Halder's Brew. Just a regular longbow and arrows? Huh, odd. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, for real. Come back and let me loot you. I'm going to steal this 100% broadsword here. Give him that. And this armorer's hammer. We haven't had one of those in a while. Okay, we definitely need to use that on Aaron's armor. Good, good, good. Good. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to leave that there for now. Let's put down a treasure marker. And I want to see what's in this chest. As much as I hate for those other 2 guys to run away, I am going to go ahead and save it, because that was a rough battle. Large locked normal chest. Okay, well, let's see what we can do about that. Whatever we want, apparently. Oh, and it's some Montari chainmail. Okay, well... I'm actually going to leave this with the corpse. That way the chest is empty and everything's kind of consolidated. Huh. That's great. I just don't feel like it was worth all of this. I would have liked something a little bit more. Although, to be fair, the bandits dropped decent loot. It just 2 of them got away, so we didn't get as much of it. Which is a shame, but that's okay. Our boys lived, and that's what really matters. His repair went up to 66. It's almost maxed, which is great. But his melee went up. Not bad. Looks like that's all that went up, though. round and around and around we go. It's a long road out of Eden. This way. Oh, I should check his magic, because if that was his water going up... Oh, and it was. Excellent. Okay, so his water is now maxed out, which means we can unselect that, and we can take something else. I'm not sure what to choose, honestly. Okay, let me rest first. There we go. Okay, now. So, water's at 70. That's almost maxed. It does, and especially because it's new, I'm kind of like, you know, what are the possibilities there? Yeah, let's do Charm. Because even though it's low, I think if it raises a little bit, like maybe even 5 or 10 points, we might have access to a new spell. And what I'm thinking is, considering considering that we've got some like defensive magics against mind control, which is, what is that called? Kagros's or Kargos's filter or something like that. I mean, yeah. Or making people help with the fight, because since we have a spell.
Does it seem awfully quiet all of a sudden? We should be cautious.
William taking up the slack while Kaylin's not here. Hey, cool. Huh? We didn't have to go very far either. But yeah, so since we have a spell that helps us resist charm, I'm thinking that probably that means there's gonna be a charm spell, you know? That just seems to make sense. I don't want to use all of our Essence of the Wind. Oof. But I want to get to that mage. I'm going to hit this guy instead. Yeah, he got on that side, so he knows what we want. Oh, well, the mage is going to come to us, sure. Oh, man, really? Wow. Okay, I don't have any choice. I'm gonna have to rest. Big oof. Okay, come on. Aw. Bite me. Man, the lightning storm has been so good, but it does cost a lot of stamina. I don't know, maybe I'll have to do something else. Oof. Big oof. Good, good, good. Okay, this is already going better. I think the lightning is going to take that guy out. Just in case, though. Man, they've got a lot of hit points. Leave him alone. You stop that. Excellent. Good, good, good. Okay, this is going much better. That's the guy with the bow. He's gonna book it. That's fine. This still means we're gonna get 3 of them instead of 2. And both of us are still standing. Excellent. A far superior outcome. Shoo-wee. That was rough. Not gonna lie. Okay. Now, of course, see, there's this little kind of corridor back here, which is not connected to any of the rest of this. So, let's rest, I guess. Hey, that food hasn't had a chance to spoil, which is nice. We've been resting enough that we ate the meat pies and the chicken legs. Wow, really? There's nothing back there at all. Huh. Maybe it's just a way around that encounter. If you go through the little pass there, then you don't have to fight that battle, perhaps. I'm surprised. I expected there to be something back there. Something small. Maybe not a treasure chest, but something. Odd. This whole area is a little odd. I can't wait to get to Burlen, and hopefully they're going to have a... Ooh, more of this. Okay. Well, let's dive in. Hopefully they'll have an inn, you know? Because Ilona didn't. They didn't even have a tavern. I was surprised. Oh, yes. We should do that. I hope that there's a repair spell, but I'm guessing there won't be. Because that would kind of... It wouldn't negate the repair skill, but it would take a lot of the value out of leveling it up. So if you had put a lot of work into it, you know... Okay, I don't think that that really helped last time, because this does a flat amount of damage anyway. So let's just do this. Oh my god. Wow. Fuck me, I guess. Might have to go and come back. I don't want to do that, but I think we're going to have to. Because this is just not working. And you know that we're going to have to fight at least one more battle, like on the actual main road itself, before we get to Burlen. Okay, I can see it over there, but I can also see these bad guys. Yep. See, I knew we were going to have to fight them before we got there. Ooh. Okay, surprise them, guys. Yes, good, excellent. Okay, now we are close. I'm gonna go with a lightning storm and get that maximum damage. I'm gonna use a Halder's Brew. Let's go for the guy in the middle. There's just going to be more enemies that have things like bows and arrows and stuff. You know, now that we're at this stage of the game, it's just something we're going to have to start dealing with. Unfortunately. Okay, let's gang up on this guy, along with the lightning. Okay, good, good, good. That means this fella probably doesn't have a lot of juice left. Oof. Come on, William. Okay, good. Let's hit that guy. Good job, Aaron. He's hanging in there. Oh. Gross. The instant we step away, the bow comes out. Well, there. Now have fun trying to shoot him. Are you kidding me? Gross. Excellent. Okay. Let's finish this fella off, hopefully. Really? No? Okay. Well, now he's finished. Yeah, I figured he would probably hit at that range. But now all those lightning bolts have no one to hit but him. Lucky this guy. Okay, there we go. Lord, that was rough, y'all. I'm sorry. That was very rough. Okay, these are Grulf arrows, regular arrows. We have almost a full stack, so... There we go. I hope there's a weapon and armor shop in Burlen. Although if there's not, I'll still be happy as long as there's an inn. Ooh. I'm scared to go forward. I don't want to miss something in the dark. And run into another ambush or something. Oh, like that one. Okay, it's just Masliths. Phew, well, I say just Masliths, but I mean, in our weakened condition, they could be a threat. You repair. No, thank you for reminding me. I've gotten out of the habit because we've been short on armorers' hammers. Whip snapper. Take them down. Come on. Come on, boys. It's just a lizard. It's just a little lizard. There we go. Yes, run away. Oh man, when they do hit though. Ouch. That's not great. Dang. You would think, right? They look like you could just reach down and, like, grab them and toss them out of your way. Like, how dare you threaten me, and you just pick it up by the tail and sling it. There. Ha ha ha. Get in some archery practice. Huey. Carrying nothing. Okay. They take up a lot of space in your inventory, though, probably. If I had to guess. Phew. Okay, I see some shepherds in the distance. I see a chest right here. No obvious traps. Ah. But there are secret traps. Now he's pretty banged up, so let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's probably not going to do great. Okay, well, we'll come back here in a second. Let's actually go into Burlen and rest. Whew-wee. Goodness gracious, and it's been a while since we saw a walled city like this. Tales spoke of gold-lined streets. Though no coins dressed the cobblestones, the marble buildings and dapper people bespoke the city's legendary wealth. Okay, so this is apparently supposed to be a very rich city. What do we have here? Pernath Academy, the oldest and largest repository of knowledge, or respository, in the Empire. The Academy played host to scholars from across Ramar. Well, you know, we have some Academy passes. Defenders of the Empire, an imposing emporium with a generations-old reputation for trafficking in only the finest protective equipment. Good armor shop. And Bailey's. Discretion was the watchword at Bailey's, where secluded booths and secure rooms provided merchants and politicians a measure of privacy. Well, that sounds like an inn. Yes, good. Anything for free floating around? Guess let's talk to these fellas first. William leaned in to eavesdrop on a neighboring table. Caverton's in hot water over this whole consort fiasco, the first was saying. People are moving against him in the Shira. I hear he's been calling in years' worth of favors just to hold on to his interests. The second man nodded in agreement. There's talk in the palace that the Emperor might transfer the governorship of Tikor to another house. Requests from major houses for imperial audiences have tripled already. It's quite a bee's nest. William lost interest as the conversation moved on to other topics. Aaron didn't understand the bit about transferring the governorship, so William explained. Most governorships remain in the same family for generations. The Escobars have overseen Pianda almost since the Empire began. But officially, provincial governors are custodians for the Emperor. It hasn't happened in decades, but the Emperor is free to revoke the position and reassign it to another house. Ah, so that's why Caverton was so upset. William smiled at the memory. Yep. Almost makes me feel sorry for the guy. Almost. Yeah, screw that dude. Oh god, please let us rest. Let us rest. Oh my god. Yes, another night, absolutely. Again. Hit me again. One more again. Phew. Okay, gosh. Oh wow, they don't have rations here. They just have meat pies. Well, we'll take what we can get. At least they're cheap. Ooh. Oh, also, we should check this. Melee and scouting went up. Good, good, good. Stealth increased. Good. Area, self and ally. Movement, charm went up. Awesome. Didn't unlock anything. No. Okay. This shop. Let's see what they have in store. Nothing lying around? Boo hiss. Hey, they have a tortoise shield though, so now we know a place where we can buy them. Excellent. And no weapons, just armor. But there's a lot of armor lying around back the way we came. So did I repair? Yes, okay. Ooh, condition 68. Ooh. What do they look like at 100? Protection 25%. Okay. That is a big jump. My goodness. I don't want to spend almost 1,000 Burlens, like half our money, on a new one. But it's good that we know where we can get them, though. When that one's used up a little bit more, we'll come back. Now, this place. Pernath Academy Lobby. Fascinating. Check this out. Let's talk to this fine person here. The matron stood from the desk. May I see your pass, please? Aaron looked at her blankly. Pass? The woman's expression didn't change, yet Aaron suddenly felt like an idiot. Your academy authorization pass. I'm afraid you can't go in until I've seen your pass. Okay, well, it just so happens that we have one of those. Let's see what it gets us now that we finally have a chance to use it. The matron inspected the pass before handing it back. Thank you. Go right in. Ooh. Oh, it looks like we have two choices as well. We can go upstairs or we can go in here. Which way should we go first? And we get to keep the pass, so we only need one. That's great, because remember, we did find another one. And we just didn't need it at the time. We left it behind because we didn't know what to do with them. So, now that we do, it looks like we only need one, which is amazing. Let's try... Okay, up the stairs then first. Ooh, private office. I love the foreboding music here. Really? We can't look at anything? Just talk to this guy. Okay, fine.
Hello? Is anyone at home?
I'm over here. What do you want?
Oh, I love this guy already.
Are you the curator of this museum?
Museum? This is my office, boy. I'm Walston Moore, the new director of the Vel Studies Department, now that Burns has passed on. Core guard his soul.
Okay.
I thought the Vel were just a legend.
Legend? They lived, son, sure as you or I. Sure as I, anyway. I'm not so sure about you. Let me tell you, they were a damn sight more advanced than our so-called empire, and that's without any magic.
More advanced, but without magic? That doesn't make any sense.
What would you know about sense, I tell you, the Vel were more advanced. Magic's a fluke, an unpredictable lot of hocus-pocus. You can't rely on it. Core's blood, most people can't even use it. But the Vel used something within everybody's reach. Science.
Ah, a technological empire, apparently. Yeah, he seems pretty great.
Meaning no disrespect, but I've never seen the need for science.
Huh. Everybody could use science, boy. They just don't realize it. Come here, let me show you something. See the object in that glass case?
What is it?
That, my boy, is a piece of Vel science. Only a few artifacts have ever been found. Of those, only a scant handful make any sort of sense to us. But this one still works.
Ooh. What does it do?
What does this artifact do?
Ah, a logical question. This wondrous contraption synthesizes a cohesive polymer from petrochemical sources. It then applies that polymer in a wide dispersal pattern to... well, it sprays a substance that makes whatever it touches ultra-hard and durable.
Aren't there potions to do the same thing?
To a lesser extent, yes, but you're missing the point. The liquid happens without any magic whatsoever. True, magic was responsible for many wonders during the first wave before the uprisings, but even then only a relative few were able to use the power. Science can be used by anyone, by everyone. Think of the possibilities once we master the principles involved.
Fair point, I suppose. Now, can you step aside so that we can use the artifact on all of our equipment, please?
What are all these markings on the wall?
Those are the 3 languages of the Vel. As near as we can determine, the Vel actually used completely different written languages for different purposes. We understand most of their common language and bits and pieces of the one they used for verse, but the last one, their scientific language, has confounded us.
Okay, yeah, we get it. They're super cool. What's the linguistic equivalent of, like, we get it, you vape?
3 languages? How strange.
To us, perhaps. But it would have seemed natural to them, of course.
If you figured out the first 2, why can't you get the last one?
Each language is highly specialized, with little overlap between them. Without some way to put things into context, we can only guess at their meaning. Vel scholars dream of finding that missing piece of the puzzle which will unlock the scientific language.
I wonder if this is just like a neat little bit of background color, or if we're going to help with that, because after all, we did get a whole interaction here in, full living color with voice acting and all this other stuff, and this character pop out. So I feel like this is more important than, like, just giving us lore. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like maybe we should keep an eye out for any Vel artifacts that we find.
I think we've taken up enough of your time.
Yes, I agree. I need to get back to my work.
Rude. We've taken up enough of your time. I agree. Well, let's check out what's behind door number 2. We got all kind of stuff to click on. Okay, well, Let's start over here at the left and just go around. Ooh, okay. So it looks like we have multiple books or entries here. Oh, this is going to be a lot of reading, but that's okay. Antaran political structure by Academy staff. The Emperor is the cornerstone of our civilization, the very heart of Antara. Upon the ruler's death, the Imperial Cloak seeks out the most suitable living descendant of the Valorian bloodline to become the new Emperor or Empress. The Emperor manages all foreign affairs relations between the sentient races and the taxation of the Empire. He also commands the Imperial Army through the appointed Marshal. The Emperor is the champion and embodiment of Imperial law, and an audience with him is the last possible resort of a wronged citizen. The Jaegers are the highest of noble houses. These families supported the Emperor before there was an empire, when Valorian was merely king of a province. They support him still today, forming the administrative staff of the Empire and the managers of the Imperial Palace. They oversee the Shira and monitor adherence to Imperial edict and law. The Grand Council, also called the Shira, is comprised of representatives from every guild, province, and house. Each representative serves a set term, 3 months for guild members, 6 months for prominent houses, and 12 months for provincial representatives. The Shira is responsible for public spending, creation of laws, and the resolution of disputes between provinces, guilds, or houses. Okay, so it sounds like we have an executive branch and a legislative branch, sort of. Okay. So I guess that the Academy here is kind of like, I guess a repository for a lot of the setting and background information for the game. Like, we've had questions up to this point of like, what does this mean, or why is this way, or exactly what are they talking about? So it seems like perhaps this is our opportunity to clarify some of that. Imperial consuls are appointed by the Emperor himself, representing him in every major imperial city. The consul is the Emperor's eyes and ears within a city, and so the office of the consul is usually the center for that city's imperial intelligence efforts. The consul speaks with the voice of the Emperor, so any order which he might give is assumed to be the order of the Emperor himself. Each province is overseen by a hereditary governor who handles all tasks associated with running a large piece of the empire, and we know that there are at least 4 provinces. Although governors do not create laws for their provinces, they are charged with enforcing them and dispensing justice for all crimes not handled by the tribunal. Since the tribunal only deals with the worst of crimes, rape, murder, and the like, the governor handles most of the judiciary load. The guilds are organizations of the skilled craftsmen of Antara. Guilds regulate the quality of goods and set prices for their work. They also lobby on behalf of their members and interests. Although some guilds have a chapter in each city, all organized under a single empire-spanning organization or administration, others are organized locally. Guild membership is mandatory for anyone wishing to practice that craft, which we have seen before. Like, you're not allowed to make and sell locks unless you are part of the Locksmiths Guild. Okay. So that seems to be, that's that one. What's this? Humanity's Homecoming, Volume 1. There are, among my colleagues, many who believe that the passing of the age of magic from this land is a tragic happening. I disagree. Our ancestors were foolish to allow the mages, self-important and drunk with their victory over the wolf, to consolidate their power. But I get ahead of myself and will allow history to tell its own tale. After our great victory, we turned our attentions to the rebuilding of our lands. Very little of our architecture or agriculture has survived the attentions of the Grolf, so we started over. We quickly found that it was much easier to employ the assistance of a mage than to rebuild everything without magical help, and so the mages became indispensable. Some among the mages truly wished to help mankind, and those few did not take advantage of their stature. Most others embraced a lifestyle of ease, often at the expense of the common folk around them, and put their free time to the pursuit of magical knowledge. The abilities of these mages grew, and they crafted spells and artifacts of astounding power and subtlety. And then, of course, there were those who felt that their innate talents placed them far above the masses, and who focused their power on conquest and domination, regardless of the consequences to others. No, that sounds about right. You're always going to have some people with great power who genuinely want to use it to help, Some people who just kind of want to be left alone to live a life of leisure and ease, and other people who are gonna be assholes about it. Humanity's Homecoming Volume 2. As petty men and women built their fortunes and fates of magic, on magic probably is what that means, an historic event occurred at the garrison of the Shepherds. Those brave souls left to guard the pass against the return of the Grolf had grown contemplative in their solitude. It was to this isolated group that the three faces of the Triune first appeared. As the mages carved their petty empires out of the civilized lands, the Shepherds formed the temples of the Triune and sent forth missionaries to bring their message to the people. The mages, caught up in their own power, dismissed the Triune as lunatic ravings. Such intense self-absorption typified the magely mindset and paved the way for disaster. For all their power and trickery, all their knowledge and research, they were still human, and it was that very humanity which touched off the argument that ended their age of influence. Two angry men, prideful and jealous, loosed the full force of their power in a violent duel. The resulting maelstrom of raw magic annihilated both combatants as well as a vast portion of the surrounding countryside, creating the area now known as the Waste. Witnesses to this duel were obliterated along with the rest of Chuno, but there can be no other explanation for the disaster. Oh sure, can't possibly be anything else. So I put to you this question. Were we not justified in driving them out and destroying their works? Their own decadence and pride drove them to increase their power rather than learn to control it. If the Triune smiles upon us, as certainly they must, may we never again become dependent upon such as they. Okay, so the guy's got some good points, but obviously this author's a little biased, and also I am, at this point, based on what we know of the Shepherds, highly suspicious of anyone who views them favorably. That's new information, though. The idea that the Shepherds are the ones who first, bore witness to the coming of the three gods and carried their message out to everybody else. Okay, it's the same thing. What's this one? Okay, Founding of the Empire Part 2. Is there a Founding Part 1? Yes, here we go. Okay. The Founding of Antara Part 1 by Lar Teradal, Imperial Scribe. By the whims of fate and my Lord Emperor's sheer brilliance, we are triumphant and without a drop of blood upon the battlefield. Who would have thought 25 years ago that any of this could be accomplished? None but my Lord Emperor, and now I wish I could take back my doubts of so many years past. They shame me. Looking back, I see now that our success was destined once Emperor Valorian started us on our journey. Then a king, not an emperor, Lord Valorian was not satisfied with merely the Antaran kingdom. He had a grander vision, and the key lay with the neighboring state of Burlen. As rich as Antara was, Burlen was far richer. While Antara had built great armies to fight hostile neighbors to the east and south, Burlen had applied itself to mining and metalcraft. Coins minted from Burlen gold became the standard of currency throughout the continent, and King Valorian desired that wealth and prestige for Antara. Despite their small standing army, Burlen was not an easy target. Antara bought all its weapons and armor from Burlen, which had even finer armaments in reserve, and an invasion could destroy the very confidence in its currency which His Majesty sought to possess. King Valorian was not dissuaded. He once said to me, "If you take risks, history will either remember you as a brilliant leader or an utter fool, but at least you will be remembered." With little hope of a quick military victory and lacking the resources necessary for a prolonged campaign, His Majesty took a gamble. He sent his agents out into the towns and villages, the forests, the woods, to spread word that Antara would give sanctuary to any mage willing to accept it. King Valorian's offer of sanctuary was heard throughout the continent, but at first nobody came. And who could blame them? Only a few generations ago, mages were driven from cities and slaughtered on sight. They'd learned to hide their talents and themselves. Paranoia came easily. Trust did not. Finally, one man weighed the possibility of betrayal and death against the chance to end the fear and practice his abilities openly. When others heard how well he was treated by His Majesty, why, we were up to our necks in grateful mages. When King Valorian asked them to go into hiding once again, this time as his agents, Most agreed and slipped quietly into Burlen. Over the next 20 years, they slowly rose to influential and powerful positions. While His Majesty pretended peace and goodwill towards Burlen, thereby becoming their strongest supposed ally, his magical agents within its borders used their arcane abilities and political influence to keep Burlen in a constant state of internal upheaval and unrest. After 2 decades of bribery, assassination, rumor-mongering, and detrimental legislation, Burlen's political and social climate tottered on the edge of chaos. When King Valorian annexed Burlen and brought it under the Antaran banner, the people welcomed him with cheers of adulation. He moved quickly to extend his influence, but the Master Coup was convincing the 3 branches of the Triune to support his cause, under the proposition that spreading the faith would be easier with safe passage guaranteed throughout his domain. And so, having secured triunal support, King Valorian declared himself Emperor. With the combined armies of Antara and Burlen, Emperor Valorian swept eastward. Some provinces offered token resistance at first, but a brief demonstration of power from Antaran mages convinced them of the wisdom of my Lord Emperor's sovereignty. And so it was that the plan Emperor Valorian set into motion 25 years ago has come to fruition. Citizens delivered from generations of violent border conflicts, food shortages, and political uncertainty are prosperous and happy. Each of the mages seeking sanctuary within the Empire is required to swear fealty to the Emperor, which they do gladly in appreciation for the Imperial amnesty. And now, those mages are being sent out among the people to help build and improve this new Antaran Empire. I suspect that history will indeed remember Emperor Valorian. Remember him, they did. Not sure if this is 2 things. Looks like there's a gap in the middle. Nah, I'm guessing it's all one thing. Nope, it is. Okay, it is 2 things. Whew. Of course we would find this, this forest of knowledge without its own voice acting in the same episode where I mentioned that, that my voice is going out. Luridan's Essays on Ancient History, Volume 1. Phew! I have argued this point for many years, and I have finally come to accept that since there can never be proof, my theory will never be given the consideration it deserves, and so I write it here, that at least it shall be preserved for future generations. Perhaps, someday, there will come a like-minded scholar who will bring my theory before an enlightened academic community, one less interested in internal politics than in the findings of the few serious scholars we have left in these dark times. I am speaking, of course, of my theory of the dawn of magic. Before the Empire, before the Grulf War, before the exile, we were a peaceful, agrarian people. We tilled these lands and tended the crops and the herds, and we mined the earth for jewels and useful metals, and we traded amongst ourselves. Some few scraps of records remain, documenting all of these things. We know that human lands extended even further than the boundaries of the Antaran holdings today. We know that there were Traka seen in the skies, and our villages were home to scribes and herbalists, merchants and innkeeps, fishers and hunters, much as they are today. But there is one thing which is lacking completely from these records. There is not one mention of spells or spellcasters. It is clear to anyone who studies the historical evidence that this was a time without magic, a time before magic. Oh goodness. Oh, there's 3. It keeps piling up. The Grulf came upon us like a flash flood. They had hunted out their own lands, driven the Traka from theirs, and still hungered for fresh territory. They struck without warning or mercy, killing thousands in their initial push. We had no choice but to run, fleeing across mountains, desert, and ocean. The lands we settled were harsh, but they gave us a place to gather our people, nurse our wounds, and plan for the future. It was difficult enough to eke out an existence over the next century, let alone dream of conquest and the reclamation of our homelands. But the taste of defeat was bitter in our mouths. To our children, we taught not the finer crafts and skills, but the skills of a warrior. We taught them how to mine vital metals and to forge weapons and armor. It was sometime during this period that magic was discovered. Details of this period are sketchy, but evidence suggests this was not an individual achievement, but rather nearly simultaneous manifestations of power throughout the human population. I speculate it was like the opening of a door or the bursting of a dam. The first mages were feared, hunted down as unnatural and evil, but as their powers brought unexpected and unaccustomed ease to the lives of the exiles, mages rose in stature to become the leaders of the people. With a new weapon in its arsenal, the human army returned to their homeland and descended upon the Grulf without warning. A surprise attack in kind. The Grulf War was brutal. The Grulf, fierce and skilled fighters, greatly outnumbered us, but with no central leadership coordinating their packs, their forces were divided. Human mages called the very elements themselves down upon the enemy and reclaimed our homeland one piece at a time. We drove them back pack by pack until finally they massed at the foot of the Ulrich Mountains. The casualties on both sides in that final battle were staggering. Ultimately, the Grulf were forced to surrender and retreat over the mountains to the north. The shepherds were set to watch for any hint of a fresh Grulf offensive, and humanity turned to the task of rebuilding civilization. All of these facts are well known by the Academy, and I do not dispute them. My theory is simply this. Men and women who have an unsuspected and untapped potential for magic have been known to manifest it for the first time when their lives were threatened. Might this not also happen to an entire race? Like it did with Aaron. Perhaps humanity discovered magic because we desperately needed a weapon against the Grulf. Perhaps the exile was not tragic, but the finest blessing in human history. The loss of a few thousand lives pales in significance to a racial advance of magic's magnitude. If the overbearing herd beasts who call themselves the finest scholars in the civilized world were not desperately trying to discredit me by propounding the idiotic notion that the dawn of magic was a completely coincidental event, they would have to admit that I am correct in this. Dang, he seems awfully sure of himself. Phew. Goodness gracious, that was a lot of reading, but that was a lot of great information that I'm glad we have. Whew-wee. Unfortunately, there is nowhere here in Burlen to buy Sen water, which is kind of what we wanted to do. Dang it. Okay, well, first things first, since we do have full health back. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's in this chest. Very nice. Okay. An armorer's hammer, thank goodness. And some plate armor, or a breastplate. So first things first. Phew-wee. Okay, we used that other one on him before. Whew. We can go back in and sell that immediately so that it's not taking up space. Oh, gotta talk to the shopkeeper. Duh. 66 burlas for that breastplate. Eat me. He's selling them for like 1,900. Ooh, lockpicking only needs one more rank, and then we can untick it for the remainder of this chapter, and maybe the next one, and focus on learning something else. That would be great. Okay, well... So we don't have any Sen water, but we are back at full health. So perhaps we will do a little bit better against those bandits. And after all that reading, I am ready to return to the action, for sure. Let's see, which of these passages was it? This one, I think, was the first one, so we will head over there first. Because I believe it was the dead end. Yeah, there they are. Okay, let's see how we do. Please surprise them. Yes, good, excellent. Okay. Let's try this again. Still gonna use another Halder's Brew. And an attractor as well. Ooh, I should use the Frost Band again, too. Okay. Let's do this instead. That guy had a bow and arrow, if I remember correctly. Let's mess up his day. Oh, of course. Okay, already going a little bit better. It's alright, 1 or 2 hits is fine. We came into this a lot better off than we did before. There we go. There we go. Next. Oh, come on. What in the world? They're standing right next to each other. Don't get away now. I have to use Tortoise Bind. Hey, alright, Aaron took him out. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I forgot. Oh, he's gonna get away too. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. It's like, see, the instant that the tide turns the least little bit, they bail, and then you get nothing. Oh my god. Burn in hell. Okay. Well, what's in the box? Ooh, somebody's assessment went up. Hey. Or, okay, his scouting. His scouting went up. Yep, yep, yep. That's actually not a bad idea because this one's at 93, so might as well just take this. And let's see, he got hit. Wow, really? Huh. Did their armor not degrade from those arrow shots? I thought it would have. Okay. Well, William is still completely at full health, so he should have no problem disarming this trap. Excellent, very nice. Ooh, okay. Got some arrows. We've got a bowstring. We've got beeswax. Let's see, how do these... Okay, they're not gonna stack, that's fine. We can use one of these beeswax, though, to go ahead and repair his bow. That'll be useful. Back up to 100%, very nice. And once again, as usual... Well, actually, you know what? No. I was going to store these on that corpse, but... we don't know that the corpse, if it disappears or something, like in between chapters, you know, it might take our stuff with it. Chests don't seem to do that. I guess we could take this crap. carry that? Yes. Okay. And actually, we don't have anywhere to sell the bow right now, but the armor we can. Let's head back to Burlen. We will stay at the inn again to get Aaron fixed up. We will sell that armor. And then we will see what's going on down that other mountain pass. I am intrigued to find out. It's probably more asshole bandits. That's just a guess. I know they're fatigued. Don't worry, they're going to get to rest soon. Rest, please. Whee! And around the sundial goes. There we go. Let's see how little he will buy this chainmail for. 147. Wow. Wild. He bought that for significantly more than the breastplate. Well, I guess the breastplate was heavily damaged, to be fair. The chainmail was probably in better condition, because I think that breastplate, when we sold it to him, is at like 28%, maybe? It was down there. Okay. Speaking of down there, let's see what's here. Now this is the one, yeah, it looks like it goes back on itself. Ooh, this is going to be a bit of an interesting journey. Ooh. We see some enemies, though. Okay, there's just 3 this time, so... let's try our new web spell and see what it's like. Okay. Huh. It did take all of his movement to just step outside, so... Go. Debuff that archer. Oh, thank you! Now see, if you do that more often, I would hate you less. Come on. There we go. The game really had to think about that. Alright. Let's do... Yeah. Haha! Suffer. Now see? Unseeing Eye actually seems like it's working now. I think you get another one of those. I think he's earned it. Don't you? Lol, he has to go to the other side of the battlefield to escape, so... Haha! Most excellent. Okay. They didn't do exactly what I was hoping, but that web spell definitely did help. It certainly didn't do nothing. Come on, boys. Do not. Oh. Well. Phooey. Okay. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. Let me go ahead and we'll use this single-use whetstone And he took some hits, so... Oh, really? Huh. Their armor's really holding up. Maybe it's not that big of a deal that we didn't have a hammer for a long time, because the plate armor is just, like, the hardness of it makes it better at, you know, resisting damage. Oh, good. His defense went up, spell accuracy, spell casting... Area's almost maxed out. Looking good. Looking good, boys. I think this time I'm going to keep this one, even though it's at 97%, because then we can grab a new one on the way out, if need be. And also, I do want his repair to go up, because his repair is at 66, so if it goes up to 70, we can untick it and switch to a different skill. This seems dangerous. Oh, well, hello. What's in here? This doesn't seem like a good place to dig again. Huh. Another one of those. Interesting. I wonder if we're supposed to use a pickaxe there to mine instead of using a shovel to dig. I wonder if that's what that is. Because Burlen is supposed to be known for its, like, jewels and precious metals, right? Surely not. Surely that's not it, because when we were down by Aliero before, we never did find any place that we could mine. And if it was that simple, like, first of all, I think they would use 2 different sprites to represent that. Yeah. That could be it as well. I mean, honestly, it could be any number of things. It could be quest-based, although that seems unlikely. Oh! Oh my. Well. Okay, I think that what this is you remember when we were over here by Teal and Everton, you could see the edges of, like, some areas behind the mountains and stuff that had corridors in it, and I said I figured we would get in when we came around the other side. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking this is that. Like, if we go down that way, I bet that that's that same labyrinth. Yep, it looks like a dungeon. It may be outdoors, but this is a dungeon. Oh, boy. Okay, well, the one advantage we have is that if we run out of food or something, encounters do not respawn behind us. So we can always, if we start getting low, we can head back. The problem is we've only got 10 send water, so we're going to have to do all of this, either making a lot of trips back and forth to Burlen to rest, or we're just going to have to do it without full stamina. Well, the worst that can happen is that we can die multiple times, and I spend a lot of time loading it and refighting battles like I already have been doing. But since I already have been doing that, I say, yeah, let's go for it. Exploring is more interesting anyway. Oh no! Potato attack. It's the potates. They're back. Oof. Oh boy. They are out in force. Alright, let's get this one off Aaron first thing. There, that's better. Okay, we'll get away from that one too. They do seem to favor William a little bit, whereas, like, I don't know, it's like human enemies are smart enough that when they see Aaron as a mage, they go for him. But animals tend to attack William before they attack Aaron. That might just be my imagination, or it could be any number of things. Like it could be a conceit of placement on the battlefield, for example. They're going for the closer target. Who knows? Either way, I'm grateful, because any attack that's aimed at someone other than Aaron is usually a good thing. Like, I would rather have it aimed somewhere else, for sure. Most of the time. Oof. Come on now. Oh, he's a bitey little guy. He's very bitey. It's a naughty and rude potato. Wow, he just will not go down. He will not be struck. Will not be hit. Champion of his people. There we go. Okay, he's dead. Thank goodness. That was a mighty, mighty lizard. All carrying no treasure, of course. I don't know why I looked. Because if I didn't look, then it would have been carrying treasure. That's why. Whose skills went up? Oh, Aaron's melee. Okay, well, let's go a little bit further, and then we're going to have to rest. Ooh. I'm actually going to take the left path because it loops back around anyway. And there might be something back here. Like, I would put something back here. Yes, I will. Don't worry. Let's see, we need to go north. I'm save scumming like every few feet to make sure that I don't get overwhelmed. Ooh, a chest. Well, hello there. Okay, now is the time to repair. There we go. Surely. I was about to say, surely his armor needs repairing now. There we go. That brings his repair to 67. Okay, which, since it's listed as 39, demonstrates that we're going to have to rest before we attempt to open that chest, for sure. Ooh. Does not appear to be trapped. Oh. Did you see that? Like, his scouting went up, but did you see that there was like a second sound effect? Was that the lucky charm activating, maybe? I don't know what else it could have been. But you saw that, and instead of the sparkles, he had sort of a purplish gray background that had, like, swords on it. Huh. Okay. I don't know what else that could have been. Interesting. Interesting. A mystery. Okay. Well, let's unlock this locked chest. Excellent. Okay, some Halder's Brew. We'll take that gladly. And some torches. Sure, why not? In fact, since it's dark and we just rested, we actually might as well go ahead and use one. That'll save him having to cast Moonglow. Okay. I'm going to head this way because I think that's going to take us back over towards Teal and that edge of the maze that we kind of saw before. And I want to test that. Hello, monsters. Oop. Almost acted like it was loading something. Oh, well. Actually, that may have been... Yeah, okay. We crossed the border over to the other section of the map. Interesting. Okay, so that's back to teal, which means... Ooh, okay, so we can navigate this portion, and then if we can get out right there... I don't remember if we were able to be there, or if that's the place where, like, we skipped it, and I said we would come in from the other side. Huh, okay, either way, I'm going to save. Let's find out if we can get out to teal, and if we can, then that means that we have somewhere that we can rest. Oh, raise, listen to me. We can res. Okay, now, yeah, we know that's a dig spot. Come on now. Hey. Sure. That just means I can mark it as empty. Okay. Yeah, it looks like maybe it might be a shortcut. That will, if that's the case, make this significantly easier, because then we can go back and forth between 2 points, because they have an inn as well, I believe. That is an inn, right? Yes, okay. And not just a tavern. Alright. Okay. This one looks like a dead end as well, so the north one is the one that's going to actually go to the shortcut. In which case, we'll take this one first, as is tradition. Okay. Hey. Medium locked normal chest. No obvious traps. Come on, William. Oh, come on. There we go. See? I knew you could do it. Some steadfast tonic and a dervish disc. I don't know if that was actually worth a lockpick, but we've had the same set of lockpicks that had 10 uses for a long time, so it's okay if one of them breaks. We still have 9 more uses. If it's taken that long, we'll be fine for a while. I'm starting to get full. Put that out. And I'll use that dervish disc probably in the next battle to get rid of it. Alright, let's head back around the other way. Oh, and his skill did go up, didn't it? Yes. Okay, lockpicking is 70, so we'll take that off. Foraging has been useless. Stealth is at 42. Without the ring, of course. Assessment also needs to go up. But let's do stealth first, I think. Because he's not really using archery. Okay. Looks like it loops. If that's the case, I will go to the right and come back around, because I don't see anything over there anyway. But I think over here I see maybe another branching path. Oh, does it dead end? Huh. Okay, I guess I thought there was going to be a little crack there where we could slip through. Apparently not. Okay, let's go ahead and rest then in this clearing. Lord, what went up for you? Oh. Everything. Okay. Cool. Area only needs 2 more points. Excellent. Alright, let's pop a torch on. And it looks to me like, if we go south, we're going to get out of here. So, let's go north. There's a lot fewer combat encounters.
Listen.
Oh.
I thought I heard pebbles falling, like someone missed his footing.
Than I expected. Okay. Thank you, William. Man, he's really coming in with the scouting. Okay, it's just Mazaliths anyway. In that case... Boom. There we go. The sneakiest of potatoes. Stealth potato. Incidentally, Stealth Potato is a, sounds like a really good online handle, like a Tumblr username. Or Twitter, perhaps. Tumblr's dead, so may it rest in peace. There you go, William, come on. There we go, much better. I love how they go all the way around instead of stepping on their dead comrade. That's my favorite part. Okay, he's gonna walk over here. He can rest elsewhere. There, we don't care about stepping on them. It's already mashed potato. Oh, there it goes. Changed its mind, huh? Now we can rest. Go get him. Go get him. My boy. Man, that armor light spell really does work. It's expensive for how long it lasts, but while it is on, the benefits are worth it. Okay, you're not getting away just because I'm tired of people getting away. I'm tired of it. Sick and tired. Let's see, where is... There we go. You're not getting away either. Apparently he said, yes, I am. There we go. Don't move. Don't move. Oh. Oh. Okay, well. What were you guarding? Oh, another dig spot. Let's see what's in this one. Some chainmail. Okay, can anybody carry anything anymore? Oof. I don't think... Ooh, oof. Okay, well, let me repair while I'm thinking here. Nice, got it up to 100. Well done, William. Of course, that's what 67 in repair will get you. Well, we've got too many potions. I I want to take that with me because I don't want to have to spend another shovel to dig it up a second time, even if we just move it to those corpses. But if I have to juggle things around, anything I put in there will have to do the same thing. Crud. If I give you this, you've got one space. Can you carry it now, William? No. One item too many. There. We had an extra potion. Okay. I don't know. I noticed that, though. Because it does seem to be lasting a very long time. Now, I'm sure that it's not permanent. Because it's listed under enhancements, and those tend to wear off. But who knows, because it has been on for quite a while. I think it did wear off once before and we reapplied it, but... Okay. That's going to be another dead end. That's going to be a dead end, but that does look like it's the way out. So we're going to be coming back this way. Let's... Yeah. Yeah, this is going to head back out to Teal. Okay. So let's take advantage of that to rest. And, oh, I was right. See, it is a damn tavern, not an inn. They buy bows and arrows. Let's go over here to Everton, because Everton has an actual inn, and they buy armor, so we can offload that chainmail and that shield. Then we can head back in, and because we have to come that way to get back into the maze, that just means that then we'll be able to check out the other two like dead ends there. Oh, that was our torch fizzling out. Yeah, we should be able to buy rations at the inn here, I think. I hope. Taverns usually don't sell rations, but inns do. See, there we go. I'm going to buy a couple or 3 sets of these because we have the cash. We're about to make some more money. And I don't want to run out. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, we have to stop there. There we go. Much better already. Okay, feeling like our old selves again. Let's dump this junk. Yeah, almost 200. That's not too awfully bad. If nothing else, that paid for the rations and for our stay. Still doesn't leave us with a whole lot of room, but we're just not going to have a lot of room until we use some of this stuff up, which is why I've been trying not to be as stingy as I have been in the past with our potions and things. Want to make sure that we use them so we can actually get some benefit out of them. But also, we just need the inventory space. Some of the party's food has gone bad. What did we have that went bad? Oh, did we have a chicken leg or something? Whatever. Whatever, game. Using these torches up will help also. Ah! Stop that. Get away. Okay. We're already here, so let's go down this way first. Anything? Seems suspiciously empty. Nope, looks like it's just regular empty, perhaps. Okay. So this will be, yes, the other dead end. Anything down here? Nope. Also just regular empty. Okay, well. Yeah, it must have been those meat pies. Alright, well, back the other way then, I guess. That was a lot less eventful than I expected it to be. Not that I'm asking for the game to throw more combat at us. Keep having to check and make sure I can just navigate this way. There we go. Okay. Now we can head south. What did you learn? Self and ally and damage went up. Okay, yeah. Oh, hey, check it out. Finally, a new spell. Movement, self-ally, and create is going to give us Imperious Passage. Ooh. Imperious Passage. I wonder. That sounds like it could be maybe a... like you can move through enemies, perhaps? Okay, this is a lot. It looks like the next left is going to dead end, I think. Is that this? Yes. Okay, so let's take this passage then. Let's see where it goes. There's a lot to this. This area just... A chest. Ooh. Hey. Awesome, and his scouting went up again. Great. Because he really has been carrying the party with that scouting. A lever puzzle chest. Okay. Well, it's about time to put this stream to bed, so this is a good way to end it. Let's figure out this, and then we're going to come back next Saturday with more Betrayal in Antara at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S. We will finish exploring this maze and hopefully complete our loop back around past Burlen to Everton. Dear Empress, love for knowledge was matched only by her charm. So, the Emperor's name was Valorian. I don't know that we've heard the Empress's name. Empress's name? Oh my gosh, it could be anything. It could be anything. Okay, ACEVIALENEORRASHUR. Yeah, maybe it'll be Derek again. Yeah, that's probably the case. I feel like maybe an Empress has been mentioned. I know that it's not... They're not talking about the princess that died on the ship that went down. But at some point, an Empress was mentioned historically, like you said. So... I'm trying to get Valorian out of my head so that it's not dominating my thoughts, because I feel like it probably follows that Italian or Spanish naming scheme like we have seen in a lot of Pionda and Tikor. Okay, if that's the case, then that means it probably either ends in an A, which means it's one of these two, or an E. Shane. Nope, unfortunately that's not it. Okay, Eveline, maybe? Eveline? Nah, that's not how I would normally spell Eveline anyway, although I'm not sure if they might spell it differently. But I feel like it probably ends in either an A or an E because if it does follow that Spanish-Italian naming scheme, then an O would be a masculine name. But if it ends in an A or an E, that could be a feminine name. Let's see. Maybe like this? No. Nope. Coraline. Coraline. Corlane, maybe? Corlane. Oh! Okay. Alright. I guess that was it. Corline or Corlene? Corlene. That actually does sound kind of familiar, which... Maybe that's why I thought of it. Corline. Okay, cool. Alright, well, we got it. And, of course, there is nothing in here that we actually need at the moment, unfortunately. But that's fine, because when it comes to these puzzle chests, they are a treasure in themselves to solve those. And I will enjoy my ravioli, because it is time. I think I'm going to dip and grab some food. Maybe see what's up here at the end of this dead end first, if it does dead end and doesn't take another right. And it does seem to. Okay, it does come around. Now this could be a dead end, or this could come back out here. Well, either way, we'll save that for the next stream. We have plenty of material here, obviously. We could probably spend a large chunk of the next episode just finishing this up, so look forward to that. Like I said, next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and don't forget to stop by on Monday for Final Fantasy VII with Specific Pixel as we near the end of that, and on Thursdays for the new series that I'm doing, Disciples Sacred Lands, which is already a blast. So, I will see you for one of those. Make sure that you head over to YouTube. Follow me there if you're not already. Follow me here as well. And you can like up this video on the playlist. You can turn on notifications. You can hit me up on Twitch, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Pillow Fort, on YouTube, wherever I'm at. And I will see you next time. Ooh. Back out of this ambush, and until then, as always, thanks for playing. More bandits. It's always more bandits.